welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. Whoever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you.
Good morning and welcome, there we go, to the Maumee Valley Unitarian Universalist congregation. I'm Lynn Israel, and I will be presenting today's service along with Melanie Stinson, who's not here, but you will see her, and Demetrius Ingram, yay. Tina Jones and Lisa Merrill Price and Steve Israel and Kayla are providing technical assistance, and I want to thank our music assistant, Sophia Singleton. Please be aware that we are recording this service and it will be posted on our YouTube page. For privacy, we do not record or post joys and concerns. Here at the Maumee Valley Unitarian Universalist congregation, our goal is to provide a welcoming space for people to come together to experience religious freedom, to find a community, grow spiritually, and explore ways to make a positive difference in the lives of others. We draw on a wide variety of resources to provide stimulating and meaningful Sunday services. We encourage you to attend several services to gain a good understanding of who we are. For further news, please remember to read our weekly email, which provides comprehensive information about everything going on at MVUUC, and there's a lot of fun stuff going on these days. Visitors, if you'd like to start receiving our weekly email, make sure to fill out one of the blue cards found in the seat back pockets and put the card in the box on the greeters table. Please take a moment to greet your neighbors. Our chalice will be lit today by Charlie Applebaum. Yay. Come on up, Charlie. Please join me in reading the words provided for the chalice lighting. May this flame, symbol of transformation since time began, fire our curiosity, strengthen our wills, and sustain our courage as we seek what is good within and around us. Whoops. Yeah, those matches aren't thingy. What's going on there? Oh, there we go. Yay. Thank you, Charlie. Now is the time for sharing of joys and concerns. Tina, please stop recording the service at this time. Announcements or from online participants or anything like that? Okay, wonderful. And now we have something special. If we bring down the house lights.
For our opening words today, I'll be reading Part as Parcel by Mark Bellatini. I am part of you, O truth unfolding. I am part of you. I am part of a cosmos I cannot see either its edge or its end. How amazing. I am part of a galaxy of 1,000,000 billion stars. They say it's a pinwheel. How wonderful. I am part of a system of planets that swing around a small parent star. How strong the hands of invisible gravity must be to hold it all together just so. I am part of a planet, green and blue, along with mountains and seas and sponges and spores, lichen and lava, robins and rain, periwinkles and perch, centipedes and cities. How great the variety, how astonishing the mutual dependence of it all. I am part of a species that belongs to a grouping of animals called mammalia, and so is every other human being, equally so. Equally so. There are many nations, each of them dear in many ways to its local citizens. I am part of a family with ethnicity, with practice and love and the form of food rooted in the mountains of Italy. Others know other roots, other practices. I am part of a circle of friends rooted not in ethnicity or food, but in simple, redemptive love. I am part of a climate region, part of a state, part of a city, part of a neighborhood, and part of a congregation. And with you, I am a part and parcel of this moment, this simple silence which lasts but a few breaths and then it's gone forever. But like cosmos, galaxy, planet, species, nation, climate, city, neighborhood, family, and circles of friendship, it is precious. A present for which I give thanks.
Now it is time for our first hymn of the service, if I can find where I put my book. It's the Teal book, and if you open it to hymn number 1052, there's a brief intro before we start singing.
Far beyond the grasp of hands, more light to meet the eye, past the reaches of the mind. There find the key to nature's harmony in an architecture so entwined. Like the birds whose patterns grace the sky and carry all who join in love expanding. first breath of wind is yet perceived. Trust in the song becoming one with the dance, and all mysteries can be believed. Songs of life's long past that touch our own are written in the earth, ever giving. And now to maintain the harmony gives to us all lives worth living, for the oneness of everything. Still we seek to find a truth that we might understand and reduce to terms defined. Vast and immeasurable time and space, and so overwhelmingly designed. Oh, passing years just might I know the faith that winters in the heart to be reborn in spring, to hear and to feel the pulse of life enters my soul as a song to sing of the oneness of everything.
I would like to introduce Melanie Stinson, who is a longtime member of our church, but she's moved to Chester, New York. She still actively participates in the church online. She's probably on Zoom today, I would imagine, and she recorded this reflection on awe for us.
Good morning. I feel like I've always been into wonder and awe. When I was in high school and early college, I had a website. It was my first. I called it Worlds of Wonder. And I taught little kids, sometimes on my own with little workshops at different places like the 577 Foundation in Perrysburg, and also at the Creative Arts, in the Creative Arts program at Bowling Green State University. And we went out in nature sometimes, we looked at pictures. So we did creative dance, we listened to music, we heard stories that would tie into whatever we were exploring that day. And I just wanted to introduce children to the wonder and awe of the world, especially the natural world, but it can go further than that. It can be buildings, it can be people, it can be pets and animals. So when I came upon this article, and I think it was about 5 years ago, on awe, the awe phenomenon, I thought, wow, I think this would make a great service for MVUC. And so I talked about it with Lynn Israel, and the two of us came together, and that's what you're experiencing this morning. And I love giving experiences, so I'm so glad that Lynn has done such a great job putting together music and readings and videos and everything, and just maybe you'll have your own awe experience this morning. At any rate, the article. It was about two brothers on a hike. They were in a narrow box canyon in Utah's Canyonlands National Park. One was an Iraq veteran. He was suicidal. He had been drinking too much. He was just not at all sure of himself, what he was doing on the planet, what being a veteran was all about. Was it worth it? He didn't have a direction in life. He didn't feel like having a direction in life. He was, he was very depressed. And when you're with a sibling and you're in that state, I'm sure that it's very upsetting for the sibling, so what can happen is arguing, and that's what was happening. They were um, arguing pretty violently, and because they were in this box canyon, they had these tall walls around them, and they could not see out. So there wasn't any vista at this point. They could not see what was around them. They went up a ladder, and they came out on top, and bam! They were awestruck, altered in an instant, beholding the towering labs of the Druid Arch. And then beyond that, just the panorama was just extraordinary. And in that instant, they started laughing. They were hugging. They were doing a hugging dance. They couldn't remember what they were arguing about. And one of them said, "What were we even arguing about?" Because whatever it was, it sure wasn't important compared to what they were seeing, the vista around them. And this is a UU principle transformation. It's a life changer. For the Iraq veteran, it gave him a direction in life. He created veterans expeditions with a friend of his who was also a veteran. And they took other veterans out into the wilderness. Most of them were either depressed and had post-traumatic stress because this veteran's experience so changed him, he knew it would help all of them. And apparently it did. And this veteran named Stacy Barr ended up heading the Sierra Club Outdoors, and I think he may still be doing that, I'm not sure. So he discovered what lots of scientists and mental health professionals had been discovering about the same time, that awe is an important emotion. And they've added it to the list of emotions. There were 6 before, there are now 7. Experiences in nature lead to relaxation, better health, and feelings of well-being. And they can be a spiritual experience. They can change you spiritually. What is awe? Awe is the feeling of being in the presence of something vast and beyond human scale. It transcends our current understanding. It can be a spine-tingling feeling. It can leave you dumbstruck, awestruck, speechless. As I said, it can be an experience in nature. The first time you see Niagara Falls. It could be something smaller than that even, because it's personal to each person. Yellowstone National Park. But it can be other things. If you get to see Cirque du Soleil, maybe you're transformed by seeing it. Something happens in it, the message, the whole experience does something to you. And it might be a performance of a ballet company, which I tend to favor, having been a ballet dancer, New York City Ballet or American Ballet Theater, that are the great companies of the United States. Now, I had an awe experience. I can't say that it was transformational in this way, but when I was in high school and went to Peru, we went to Machu Picchu. And so I remember going on the train and looking at the lush jungle all around with incredibly colorful birds. They just were just extraordinary, just so beautiful. And once we got off the train, then we got on this bus that seemed like a little rickety to me, but we went up in a circle around a mountain, up and up and up, and we had little kids, little Peruvian, Native American Peruvians, chasing the bus, wanting, candy or money or whatever like that. I'm sure it probably happened all the time. And we got to the top, and there is Machu Picchu laid out in front of my eyes, and I was like, whoa, how did they do this? How could they have cut those giant slabs of stone when they didn't have the equipment we have today? And how did they move the stone into place? Sometimes maybe from other mountains. I mean, I don't know how long it took to build Machu Picchu, and now it is a ruin. But that was awe-inspiring to think of, wow, these people, the civilization was so far advanced that they could create this enormous layout that's known as Machu Picchu. So in an awe experience like this, that transforms, an awe-struck experience, your thinking shifts from me to we. Awe has the power to inspire, heal, change our thinking, and bring people together. The other 6 emotions now, they tend to trip our fight or flight response. Awe does not do this, and that makes it extremely valuable. So exposure to nature, art, music, theater, all of these things tend to reduce levels of cytokines, which are markers of inflammation that are linked to depression. An exposure like this, especially in nature, can lower blood pressure and it can strengthen our immune systems. It's a be here now experience that dissolves the self, and it has been found to help us act more fairly, ethically, and generously. Now, there's another way to get awestruck. And I can't help but feel that this experience for me was brought to me at this time so that I could include it in this reflection. I was listening to NPR, and there was an author being interviewed. And she talked about being a child and belonging to the Methodist Church, but that her family was not religious at all. And so it wasn't important to them. And her father was a scientist who was really against religion. He was trying to eradicate his upbringing in a Presbyterian church. He didn't want anything to do with it. And so this is how she was until high school, when a friend of hers said, "You've got to come with me. There's going to be this thing tonight. You've got to come. You've got to come." And she said, okay. She didn't know what she was going to. And the first thing that happened that was really unique was that she entered an auditorium with thousands of people. Thousands of people who were tremendously excited, who were bubbling over with joy, and she had never had any experience like this. And then the person that she was coming to hear, that she didn't even know, took the stage. And she said he was the most charismatic person she had ever encountered. His words, his persona, everything. Because you use, I'm not going to name this person. I know the kind of reaction that I would get if I was there live with you. So let's just say you can imagine who it was. It was so moving that she was awestruck. She became an evangelical. She joined a group of evangelicals, and for a while she went to their church, and she enjoyed it. It changed her. And then, unfortunately, one of her best friends was killed in a car crash. She went to this group of evangelicals who were her friends. She told them. They were very sympathetic. you know, they hugged her and they offered condolences and all those kind of things. Except that one of them said, "Was he a Christian?" She said, "No, he was Jewish." This supposed friend said, "Well, then he went to hell." Yeah. So what do you think happened? She left that church. She left the evangelical movement. She left those friends. She was still changed because the Bible was interesting to her. And so she went to Yale as a biblical scholar. She wanted to learn about the first Christians. She wanted to learn about the time when Jesus lived. And she wrote a book called The Gnostic Gospels. It is the Gospels not included in the Bible. That book won the National Book Award and the National Book Critics Award. Now, at the time of now that I was listening to this interview of her, and her name is Elaine Pagels, she had written another book that just came out. It is called Miracles and Wonder. It is the historical mystery of Jesus. I'm reading it. I'm considering whether it might make a nice service. It's very informative. I am learning a lot, and I think you would learn a lot too. So, lots of ways to have awe experiences, and whether they lead to a transformative experience, like for Elaine Pagels or this Iraq veteran, that's probably unique to the individual and where they are in their lives. And maybe divine guidance, I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure all of you have had wondrous experiences, awe experiences. And I know a couple of you, because I heard a little bit about it, saw fjords. And I think that other people might want to hear about that if they haven't already. So I hope that when you go into the coffee hour, you will all share some of your awe experiences with each other. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Good morning, everyone. Everyone's clearing their throats too? Yeah. That's how we all woke up today. Well, if I could just have a couple minutes of your time before I do begin, I kind of want to just talk about the song I'll be singing today a little bit. Lauren Daigle is a Christian indie, I guess, indie folk musician. Is kind of what she classifies herself as. I love listening to her. She's great. And it was a few years ago now that I performed this song with one of my best friends here, and I want to say the service at that time, it was definitely different than talking about awe. I want to say it was talking about maybe like self in some capacity. And Rescue is a song that is very introspective. I believe the way that me and Carolyn, my best friend, when we talk about the song and we kind of digest the lyrics of it, we really think about how maybe it's the self that needs to be seen a little bit more. Maybe it's the self that you have to remind that you can rescue your own self. And here recently, you know, I'm not even gonna lie, but Lynn let me know about this like months ago. And then she reminded me a week ago, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing that. So, so I had to sit back and reflect on, and she even asked, like, do you still wanna, you know, perform this song and things like that? And I had to really sit back and think about, hey, you know, is this song still fitting for the type of service that we did today? And my answer to that, short answer is no, it's not. But I'm going to tell you why I still decided to go along with it. I think it's incredibly significant right now that we in a way honor what's happening in our nation right now. I'm not going to get political, I promise. Maybe. I don't know. You know how we are. But I think it's incredibly significant that we not just focus on ourselves, but we focus on individuals that are outside of our circle of friends. Today, the reading talks so much about being part of a parcel and about being a part of these many different intersections of life. You're a part of a neighborhood, you're a part of a city, and in that city you have a group of friends, but even outside that group of friends you have maybe a congregation of people with another level of feeling and love. But outside of that, do you think about the other individuals that have that same experience as you, and do you honor that of them? I'm incredibly saddened by a lot of things that are going on. I wake up and it's heavy. Maybe it's not just allergies, maybe it's what's going on, but it's really, really heavy. So today, I digress from that. I would really like you, I didn't see an official meditation in the service, so I would really like this to be treated as a meditation. I ask that you don't like give me any applause or anything like that afterwards. Just sit on the words that I'm going to be screeching out today. And I do mean screeching, but just sit and reflect on the words that Lauren has written and that she so meticulously put out so it can be versatile to the human experience. Not the Christian experience, but the human experience. With that, if you want to give it a go. You are not hidden. There's never been a moment you were forgotten. You are not hopeless. Though you have been broken, your innocence stolen, I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. There is no distance that cannot be covered over and over. You're not defenseless. I'll be your shelter, I'll be your armor. I hear you whisper underneath your breath. I hear your SOS, your SOS. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. I will never stop marching to reach you in the middle of the hardest fight. Is true, I will rescue you. I hear the whisper underneath your breath. I hear you whisper you have nothing left. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true, I will rescue you. I will never stop marching to reach you in the middle of the hardest fight. Is true, I will rescue you. Oh, I will rescue you.
Thank you, Demetrius. That was beautiful. Why? Who makes much of a miracle? As to me, I know of nothing else but miracles. Whether I walk the streets of Manhattan or dart my sight over the roofs of houses toward the sky, or wade with naked feet along the beach just in the edge of the water, or stand under trees in the woods, or talk by day with anyone I love, or sleep in the bed at night with anyone I love, or sit at a table at dinner with the rest, or look at strangers opposite me riding in the car, or watch honeybees busy around the hive of a summer forenoon, or animals feeding in the fields, or birds, or the wonderfulness of insects in the air, or the wonderfulness of the sundown, or of stars shining so quiet and bright, or the exquisite, delicate, thin curve of the new moon in spring. These, with the rest, one and all, are to me miracles, the whole referring, yet each distinct and in its place. To me, every hour of the light and dark is a miracle. Every cubic inch of space is a miracle. Every square yard of the surface of the earth is spread with the same. Every foot of the interior swarms with the same. To me, the sea is a continual miracle. The fishes that swim, the rocks, the motion of the waves, the ships with men in them. What stranger miracles are there? Now, let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this church, which is so important to many of us. We gratefully dedicate this offering to the good of the church, the wider community, and the world. If you make automatic pledge payments, please place one of the yellow cards indicating this support in the basket. If you want today's contribution to count towards your annual pledge, please put it in an envelope with your name on the front so that we know who to credit it to.
And now it's time for our next song. So if you will open the gray book this time and join me for hymn 163, For the Earth Forever Turning. And there's also a brief intro for this one, and you may rise or stay seated as Spirit moves you.
Today's service, which I have called the Ah phenomenon, was originally presented here at MVUUC on March 1st, 2020. Do you know the significance of that date? I think 2 weeks later, our lives changed forever with the onset of the COVID pandemic. Well, I led this service. Melanie presented the reflection in person. She was here. And Demetrius sang Rescue. You sang that song with Carolyn as a duet at this service. Back in 2020, the experience of putting this service together reminded me of how much is beautiful and worthy of wonder in this world. I'm so glad Melanie, Demetrius, and I could reunite and share this service with you again today. Please join me in reading the words printed in your order of service for extinguishing our chalice. Charlie. As we extinguish this chalice, may we be held in the mystery of love, which is around us at all times and leads us from question to question toward a life of curiosity, wonder, and peace. And now we're going to do a song called Go Now in Peace, which I think some of you are somewhat familiar with. It's quite simple. It's, let's see, I'll sing it through. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May our gentle love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Now we're going to try it as a round with Sophia leading this group over here, and then we'll come in over here, and we'll do it a couple of times. So go ahead and start, Sophia.
Go now in peace, go now in peace.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May our gentle love surround you everywhere, everywhere you
Go now in
may
peace, go now in peace.
Go now in peace, go now in peace. May our gentle love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go.
now in peace. May a gentle love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. Go in peace. Be at peace. Happy Sunday.
And now potluck.